So hello, hi, I'm Toluwashafef Akindeje, an English elocution coach, and today I will be looking at a particular topic in this learning episode. So we'll be looking at the topic on content and grammar words, or you say function words in our sentences. Content and function words in our sentences. So our learning focus will be how to pronounce in a soft form, how to weaken the pronunciation of the function words in our everyday English speaking communication or in business communication. So I want you to really take our time to learn today. Let's go run. So we were looking at the topic that says content words versus function words in our everyday communication. How do we pronounce them? I will start by saying that your content words are words that have a meaning. They are the words that take the actual meaning in the sentences you make up. Do not forget that sentences are a combination of words coming together, agreeing with themselves to make a sentence meaningful to the listener or to the reader. Now, when we are talking about content words, they are the words that have actual meaning, that carry the meaning of the sentence. So the words that you can pronounce for a longer period of time, you can lay emphasis on the words that you can stress when you're pronouncing. So these words are found in the categories of the nouns, the verbs, the adverbs, the adjectives, the possessive nouns, the demonstratives, the noun, and the negative contractions. So all these are examples of words that you can find as your content words. Now note that your content words are used for emphasis in the speech you make. So when you're pronouncing them, you can pronounce them a little while because you need to lay emphasis on them. They are the ones carrying the real meaning in what you're saying. But when you talk about your function words, which I am going to be showing you now, the function words are words used to make our sentences grammatically correct, like your pronouns, your determinants and prepositions, and auxiliary verbs. And auxiliary verbs are examples of these function words. So those function words are words that do not really have meaning. They are just sentence supportives. So they help you to collate all the meaningful words in your sentence, to combine them so that your sentence can make sense. So it's like as if the function words, or which we also call the grammar words, are being supportive to the content words in a sentence. So there is no way you're not going to have function words combined to your content words in the sentences that you make. Now I need to let you know that your function words do not need to be stressed. They should be pronounced in their soft forms. This is one of the things that make you speak English eloquently. You need to identify that your function words do not need to be pronounced in their strong forms or hard forms. So you need to lessen the tone in which you pronounce them. You need to lessen the stress, make them unstressed, so that they do not emphasize themselves in the sentence you're making. So let us quickly go through some of the words that we have as function words. We have the articles a, an, and the, and so also you could say the, depending on the context of the words that come after the the. So articles a, articles an, articles the or the. Then we also have the conjunctions like and, but, for, so, since, has, and so on and so forth. We also have the part of the function words as the pronouns, like your I, you, him, us, ours, she, our, and so on. Now you would observe that I have just pronounced all those words like we pronounce them as English as second language speakers. The way you pronounce it, for example, in the country Nigeria, the way you pronounce those words are the ways I have pronounced them. Now I am going to teach you how to maintain unstressedness. So this is what I will do. I will pronounce the function words in their hard forms, and I would also pronounce in the soft forms. I want you to watch my lips and see what is really happening there. So I would start with the article a. When you're making a sentence, most times we do say a, right? Most times we do say ah. Yes, that's what we do say as Nigerians. But it is important for you to know that the article a can be softened, and when you're doing that, you introduce the schwa sound. There is a sound in English called the schwa sound, and that sound is the most silent vowel sound you can ever think of. Now, if you want to unstress any syllable in a word, to make use of this schwa sound. If you want to unstress, that means you don't want to lay emphasis on any word in a sentence, you ensure that you can unstress with your schwa sound. Now, for example, the article a, I would say Feel the pronunciation from your vocal cord. And your lips looking neutral like a dummy. uh, uh, uh. I have a bag. I have a bag. I have a bag. It's different from making the statement in the strong form saying I have or I have a bag. Can you feel the difference? I have a bag. Now article an. An. That is how we pronounce it in the art form. But in the weak form, an egg, an umbrella, as simple as that. Then your article the. Your article the can be pronounced in two forms. The first form is when you have the article the before a word that starts with a vowel letter. So when you have the the before a word that starts with a vowel letter, you pronounce it as V. Ensure that the tip of your tongue stays between your teeth, your upper and your lower teeth. V. V, E, V, E, V, V, egg, V, umbrella. But when you're using the article the before a word that starts with a consonant letter or consonant sound, then you say V and V, So let me combine that. The. So the man, the bag, the door, the. Okay, to the conjunctions, we have and. You can soften it to and. I and you, she and a, and. Instead of stressing it and saying and. Then for the word but, it's supposed to be pronounced in the art form as but, because you have the sound not even but, like most of us do say. But if you want to soften it, you include the schwa sound, it becomes bit. I was with her, but I never knew what she was thinking. I was with her, but I never knew what she was thinking. But the next one says for, F-O-R, for. That is how we pronounce it. Then in the art form for, your lips becoming more rounded. Now, if you want to soften it, you just say for. This is for you. This is for me and you. This is for us. For. Because you have included the schwa sound. Okay, let's go to the next. So sure. Are you so sure? That's what we say, right? Now to soften your so, and also to use it in the most appropriate tone, you could say so. I thought I could do so much for her. I thought I could do so much for her. Do you get that now? So the next one is since. Instead of saying since, stressing the E, giving it a long sound, just soften it. Since. She had been here since morning. She had been here since morning. Not since. Since. Has. has, as, as beautiful as a, what would I say? As simple as ABC. You can soften it as simple as ABC. Is that clear? Okay, I also want to add those two words. What about IS? IS, how do you pronounce IS? Mostly we do pronounce IS in the strong form as is. Is, yeah. But if you want to soften it, you say is. Is. A is here with a. Is. A is here. Is. Is that clear? Okay, now let's go to the next one I want to add also, which is TO2. Now in the strong form or hard form, you say two. Your lips seem to be pointed, two. But when you're weakening it, you say two. Two. From me to you. From her to him. Two. Instead of two. It's not as if the hard forms of words are wrong. No, we are not wrong in pronunciation. But to help us speed up when we pronounce, to help us lessen the time we spend on each sentence, we should learn to soften our function words or grammar words in every sentence we make. With this, we would be able to reduce time, and we would be able to pronounce those words with the proper tone, with a sweet tone. So let us go to the next segment of the function words. We have the pronouns I. Most times we say I, but you need to know that you need to round your lips, make it sound sweet. I, like that. I'm here. As simple as that. Okay, what about you? You. Can you vibrate? J. You. I. As simple as that. HIM we say im, but in the weak form we can say im. Give them that book. Instead of give him that book, give him that book. Then US, us. That is how we pronounce it in Nigeria. Us. We round the lips. No. You are supposed to, in the correct form, even if you pronounce it in the hard form of words, you should make it neutral. Your lips should go neutral. Us. Us. So, if I want to soften it, us. Give us this day. Give us this day our daily bread. So that brings me to the next. Our without S. If I don't have S, it is our. If I add S to the end, it becomes ours. So most times we do say our, which it's not really good enough. So let us pronounce this. Let's learn to pronounce this. Say our, our, our fatherland, not our fatherland, our fatherland. And then the last one is she. I do not really need to stress this. So she. So I would be pronouncing the words all over again from the start, just using the soft forms. The, and, bit, f, so, says, has, I, you, him, hers, hers, she. So that's that. Let me make few sentences. Let's have few sentences. Listen to those two sentences, write them down, underline your function words in each of them, and read the sentences to yourself. Number 1. Mary has lived in England for 10 years. Normally, I would have said Mary has lived in England for 10 years. That is how I would have said it as a Nigerian. But to soften your grammar words, you have to emphasize your content words and lessen the stress on your function words. So this is how I would say it. Mary has lived in England for 10 years. Mary has lived in England for 10 years. Mary has lived in England for 10 years. Did you observe the words I stressed? Okay. Number 2. Is going to fly to Chicago next week. Is going to fly to Chicago next week. I would have said, is going to fly to Chicago next week. So I have lessened my grammar words. I have included the right tone that I want people to hear. So I say, is going to fly to Chicago next week. As simple as that. So make your practice, do your practice, and ensure that you get yourself better with pronouncing or softening your function words in the speech you make. Thank you.